Ladies and gentlemen, when I was 25 years old, I was broke. I mean, broke. Too much month at the end of the money. Then I met a man, a wealthy man, who became my mentor. He told me something that changed my life forever. He said, "Jim, it's not the blowing of the wind that determines your destination. It's the set of the sail." See, two people can grow up in the same neighborhood, same school, same opportunities. One becomes successful, the other barely survives. What's the difference? Not the government, not the boss, not even luck. It's the mindset. And tonight I want to share with you 10 rules, 10 ways of thinking that separate winners from losers, the rich mindset from the poor mindset. Now take some good notes because these ideas could change your life. Rule number 1, growth versus comfort. The rich mindset says, I must keep growing. The poor mindset says, I'm fine the way I am. Most people, shut they finish school and stop learning. They think education ends with a diploma. But my mentor told me formal education can make you a living, but self-education can make you a fortune. When I was broke, I had a library card. I couldn't afford much, but I could afford a book. That's how my fortune began. Winners keep growing, losers keep coasting, and coasting only works downhill. Rule number 2, responsibility versus blame. Next, responsibility. Winners take responsibility. They say, if it's to be, it's up to me. Losers, they blame the government, the economy, the weather, even their relatives. When I was 25, I blamed everybody. Then my mentor said, Jim, the problem isn't out there. The problem is you. Ouch. But he was right. See, you can't hire someone to do your push-ups for you. Responsibility is yours. Rule number 3, opportunity versus obstacles. When trouble comes, the poor mindset says, oh no, another problem. The rich mindset says, here's my opportunity. Opportunity usually comes disguised as hard work. That's why most people don't recognize it. During a recession, some complain, others get rich. Same wind, different sail. Don't look for things to get easier. Look for yourself to get better. Rule number 4, value of time. Here's a big one. Time. Time is more valuable than money. You can always make another dollars, but you can't make another minute. Winners treat their time like gold. They plan, they prioritize. Losers waste it. Gossip, television, distractions. I used to say, I don't have enough time. My mentor said, Jim, you've got the same 24 hours as everyone else. The question is, what are you doing with yours? Remember this, either you run the day or the day runs you. Rule number 5, failure as teacher. Don't fear failure. Failure is simply a few errors in judgment repeated every day. But failure is also a teacher. The rich mindset says, I'll learn from it. The poor mindset says, I'll never try again. When I first started in business, I failed badly. I was embarrassed, but I kept going. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. That's the secret rule number 6, discipline versus excuses. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. The winners practice small disciplines daily, reading a book, saving $1, exercising. The losers, they always have an excuse, too tired, too busy, too unlucky. I used to say, I'll start tomorrow, then tomorrow became next week became next year. Finally, I learned we must all suffer one of 2 pains. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Discipline weighs ounces, regret weighs tons. Rule number 7, long-term thinking. Winners think long-term. They plant in the spring so they can harvest in the fall. Losers want it now. Instant success, instant pleasure. But the rich mindset says, I'm willing to sacrifice today. for a better tomorrow. The poor mindset says, give me comfort now, forget the future. And remember this, short-term thinking creates long-term pain. Long-term thinking creates long-term gain. Rule number 8, association. Another big one, association. You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Spend time with complainers, and you'll complain. Spend time with winners, and you'll rise. When I was broke, all my friends were broke. We all sat around talking about why things were so bad. Then I met a millionaire, and let me tell you, the conversation changed real quick. Don't join an easy crowd. It won't help you grow. Go where the expectations are high. That's where your future is built. Rule number 9, creating value. The marketplace doesn't pay you for your time. It pays you for the value you bring to the time. Winners create value. They develop skills. They solve problems. They innovate. Losers, they consume. They expect something for nothing. My mentor told me, don't wish for less problems, Jim. Wish for more skills. The more value you bring, the more valuable you become. Rule number 10, purpose. And finally, purpose. Winners wake up with a mission. They know their why. Losers, they drift. They wait for luck. But when you know what you want, and you want it bad enough, you'll find a way. Purpose is the fuel that keeps you going when everything else says stop. Without purpose, you'll never last. So there it is. 10 rules that separate winners from losers. Growth over comfort. Responsibility over blame. Opportunity over obstacles. Time over waste. Learning from failure. Discipline over excuses. Long-term thinking. Right associations. Creating value. Living with purpose. Now here's the challenge. Don't just hear it, live it. Because life doesn't get better by chance. It gets better by change. And change begins with you. Set your sail. Take responsibility. Choose discipline. Build value. Live with purpose. And one day, people will look at your life and say, that person is a winner.